sweet talks and the rest. Maybe probably during those times he must have say all those things, but now this is the reality.
Yes.
And the reality is you have to forget all those promises. For me, whether there is a promise or there is no promise, she has to just accept her fate.
Okay.
Of the reality. Now she has to accept her fate that this is the situation on ground, and so that there, even if this condition is not there, that's what I'm trying to say. Even if the condition is not there,
exactly,
that's the fate of every Muslim wife. That there are chances that in future a husband might bring in another wife. But I love the fact that he said he doesn't want to break her heart.
That's kind of,
and from all indications, this man is a good man.
He's a good man.
Yeah, he's a good man because he was able to.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yan uwa da kuke kallon wanda za ku kalli mu kafofin yada bayanai na zamani, kamar kullum kuna tare da Baban Yara Foundation for School Awareness. Yau an turo mana wani tambaya ne game da wani bawan Allah ne yana da aure haka. So they are all carriers haka, shi AS ne, matan shi ma AS ne haka. Amma sun yi aure for 7 years. Yanzu zan karanta muku tambayan, yana neman shawari ne. So mu kuma za mu ba shawari based on our own opinions na kuma me mafita ga wanda za a yi wannan din. Tambayan ta ce, from a friend, please I would like to hear your audience opinion. I have been married for 7 years. My wife and I are both AS, but we choose to stay together because we love each other deeply and I could afford IVF. That was then. Then he can afford IVF. We now have 2 kids through IVF, costing about 8 million each. Then it cost 8 million. Now it's more than 8 million naira. But life has changed. Money is tight and I want more children. I'm considering taking a second wife who is EE, but I don't know how to tell my wife without breaking her heart. I truly need advice on how to handle this. So that's his questions. So from my own opinion, I think having a second wife is not a taboo. It's not a problem. It's not an issue Islamically. From Islamic perspective, he's entitled of having 4 wives. But if he has a means and he can do justice between the 2 wives or between all the wives he's having. So having said that, so concerning that second wife is not a taboo, but he needs to put something in, because he saw based on his question that he loves his wife and he don't want to break her trust, he don't want to break her heart because of having second wife. So except if he have already promised her that he is not going to add any second wife from the beginning during the courtship, during the relationship, that he promised her that he is going to add a second wife, and he can ask her forgiveness based on that, because now there's reason behind adding the second wife, because he cannot afford the IVF. And then, so now based on this, he can sit with her, give her an advice, let them have a kind of heart-to-heart discussion, stating the reason why he need more children. That's one of his reasons, and he love her. That's the reason why he's adding a second wife, because he need more children to have. Then because he cannot afford to continue doing the IVF, that's why he's looking for other alternative, looking for a wife that is a genotype that she can give birth to more children that he needed. So based on that, when they have a kind of heart-to-heart discussions, they can state the reasons why he want to add. And I pray you understand, based on who it is, to my advice to the wife, let her consider his opinion, let her accept that as a fate. That's a fate that I've already got to have this thing for her. So let her accept it and let peace reign. But let us hear from my colleague what is going to take from her own aspect, what is her own opinion on this matter. Assalamu alaikum.
Well, yeah, you have said most of it all, but if I have to add something to it, we all know as Muslims that if you marry a Muslim man, whether you like it or not, he still have 3 other chances of bringing in additional wives, right?
Yes.
So, and even if a man, let's assume that the man is going to be her, during the
Relationship courtship.
premarital, during courtship, yeah, there are all kind of advice. How will I put it?
Promises.
Promises, sweet talks, and the rest. Maybe probably during those times he must have say all those things, but now this is the reality.
Yes.
And the reality is you have to forget all those promises. For me, whether there is a promise or there is no promise, she has to just accept her fate
Okay.
of the reality. Now she has to accept her fate that this is the situation on ground, and so that there, even if this condition is not there, that's what I'm trying to say. Even
Yeah.
if the condition is not there,
Exactly.
that's the fate of every Muslim wife. That there are chances that in future her husband might bring in another wife. But I love the fact that he said he doesn't
Yeah.
want to break her heart.
That's
Yeah.
kind of.
And from all indications, this man is a good man.
He's a good man.
Yeah,
Seriously.
he's a good man because he was able to, if it is some other people, even from the beginning, he will have added, bring in a second wife. Even those two children that they have,
Exactly.
probably they wouldn't have them, or even if they have it, they might be sickle cell, and all the problem and all the how will I put it, the stress will be on her alone. But he
And he may end
consider.
up even divorcing her and getting another wife. That's another
So, but
problem.
the fact that he's still considering her indicates that this man loves his wife and he's a good man, which I commend him for.
Yeah.
For that. So for me, he is seeking for advice. So since he's seeking for advice, how as a woman, this is woman to woman issue. Like
Yeah.
this has to do with woman, and
Yeah.
if I have to put myself in her position, I would love him to consult me first.
Okay.
Like he should consult me first. So I will say he should go and sit his wife down, just the way you said initially.
Okay.
Discuss with her.
Let them
The
have heart-to-heart discussion.
let them discuss, and then I'm very sure.
Should
I'm
understand.
very sure.
Yeah.
She will understand with you. I'm sure of that.
Okay, what if she disagree? Sometimes some women, because of emotional whatsoever, think that maybe he's just adding this wife. He already have a kind of intention of adding second wife. Now he's just using this as an excuse that you don't have the means of continuing to do abortion, IVF. That means in vitro fertilization. But he's just bringing it as an excuse for him to add a second wife. They may, even if she hasn't been that thought, some of her friends, when they had it, they kind of bring that motion. And based on the way they are almost 7 years relationship, should have understand who her husband is.
The kind of person her husband is.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, that's in case. Are you trying to say what if she disagree with him?
Exactly.
Well, wow.
Okay. If what if she disagree with the motion, can he involve his parents into this matter?
This kind of thing. In marriage, we always don't advise third party, bringing in a third party. That's why I said he should first have the discussion with her. But then, if she disagree, then bringing in a third party is not necessary. Maybe he can go through somebody from her side that he knows she respects and listen to very well.
Yeah.
Maybe he can talk to the person. It doesn't necessarily has to be her parent or has to be her parent. If he should just look into, he knows her and he knows the person she understands, she listens to. It can be one of her favorite sibling,
Yeah.
or maybe a brother or an uncle, or even her parent. You understand?
Particularly the mother.
Yes, that should be after discussing with her. I'm still trying to make a point that we don't couples, whatever it is, you have to first resolve it within yourself before bringing in somebody else.
Yeah.
So if talking to her fails, then maybe he can just bring one or two person in. that can talk to her on his behalf.
Yeah, that's it actually. And we hope that she will understand him and take it, and then and let her have a kind of one thing about if you're a Muslim whatever, you have to believe in fate. The
Yes.
fate, your destiny. This is your destiny, and you have to accept it. And it's one of the pillars of Islam. Understand? You have to be kind of you have to accept your fate.
Yeah.
You have to kind of anything that comes into
وَتُؤْمِنُ بِالْقَدَرِ
yeah,
خَيْرِهِ
highly
وَشَرِّهِ.
surely. And you need to accept it with good heart, accept her, and then and based on the info, based on that, no matter how, if you continue obeying your husband, there's no way he will do a kind of injustice to you, no matter how, because
Yes.
he said he loves you,
Mm.
and you are the first person that comes to that. You will be a kind of a pillar to his anything that is going to come, anything that is becomes in future, you are the filler. So for that reason, let's peace reign, accept it, and maybe you can say, okay, this is a kind of the person that I wanted you to marry. The person, the so that we have a kind of peaceful coexistence in our
In the
in
family,
the
in the
family.
house. Yeah.
So
So I think
I think
that
that's
this,
our advice.
yes. Well,
So
if anybody has other advices, maybe they can put it in the comment section.
exactly, if you have
Yes.
any advice or
But
you
I'm
are
sure
not
you're
sure,
going to post the question
yes, I'm
out
going
there,
to
right?
post it. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have any of the advice you wanted to say, you can post it on the comment section so that we can see, and then we can come back and if you have chance you want to discuss with us live, you can come and you can call us, or you can call us so that we have a kind of meeting point and we can come and discuss on it so that everybody will benefit.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Stay blessed. Jazakumullah khair.
Okay.